Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, new marijuana shop opens, galleries at Lynn Arts host pop-up shop, Peruvian flag raising, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we spoke with Fiona Bautista, Natalia Petrova, Ethan Henshaw, and Kristania Adoya of Salem Sound Coast Watch. Here's this week's LCTV News for Friday, July 30th, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
Last week, Old World Remedies Marijuana Dispensary opened for business on Western Ave. This was 5 years in the making. Originally, the intentions was for the business to be a medical marijuana dispensary, but due to the need of purchasing a grow house and not having the budget to purchase, the owners maneuvered to another direction. The soft opening on Saturday saw residents waiting in line before the official opening of the store. Joel Rothenberg says they hope to give back to the community. One thing they hope to do is build a new park around the community. This summer, Galleries at Lynn Arts will be hosting a series of pop-up shops that begin in June and will go on until September 7th. The pop-ups will feature 10 different artists. This is a way to showcase new artists as well as bring activity and excitement to downtown. Lisa Hayden, one of the artists featured, initiated the pop-up event at the end of June. To find out more about the featured artist, visit the Galleries at Lynn Arts website at galleries@lynnarts.org. The Lynn Public Schools announced the return of full-time in-person learning to the upcoming school year. Lynn Public School Superintendent Dr. Patrick Tutwiler said in a statement that the health and safety of students and staff remains their top priority, and they will closely monitor the COVID-19 data with the help of the city's health director. A guidance from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is set to be released within the next few weeks. The Emergency Broadband Program has enrolled over 4 million households. $3.2 billion in subsidies for the program that was initiated by Congress provides a temporary $50 to $75 discount on eligible households' internet bills during the duration of the pandemic. Jessica Rawson-Warzel, acting chairwoman of the FCC, says they have made terrific progress and the FCC remains committed to building on the initial momentum to connect as many families as possible and help those struggling to get online. Earlier today, the Lynn Police Department held a bike safety day at Thurgood Marshall Middle School, and LCTV was in attendance.
You guys having a fun summer?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing so far?
Well, we think it's really important to create positive opportunities for positive engagement with the youth of the city so that they see police officers not just when there's a call to their neighborhood or to their home for something bad happen, but they can see them in more positive settings, develop a relationship, have a chance to talk, and improve on all those contacts going forward.
Basically, we're just trying to have some fun with the kids in the city and build community relationships and just have some summer fun. I'm in charge of youth services. The chief has reached out to me, the new chief, and he wants to do more stuff like this.
Oftentimes in the summertime you're looking for things for kids to do because they're out of school, and so we want to add more of these events in the summertime, but it's also important to keep it going throughout the year, and we want to be creative about that.
I believe that the Lynn Police Department's always been engaged in the community. I think that's why we have a good relationship with the community. I feel like we've always had it. A lot of us grew up here, born and raised here, and we're just trying to do stuff like this so that the kids can see our faces and know that we're here to help and you know, that we're here for them. That's what it's all about.
Left.
Right, stop. Left,
Keep going.
right, stop. Left, right, stop. Left, right, stop.
We want to be creative about that, and we want to be open to other suggestions and try to find ways for our officers to interact with kids and create that positive engagement, and they can learn more about each other and hopefully get a greater understanding of each other.
As you can see, a lot of kids today showed up with their bikes. They were eager to ride, have some fun. I think the kids want to get out there, so the more stuff we can do like this to get the kids out, away from their devices, and doing physical activity, engaging with other kids, engaging with police officers, engaging with other members of the city. You know, City Councilor Buzzy Barton stopped by. John Hogan, who's a teacher at Lynn Tech, he also coaches. He came by. People are just stopping by, and I think that's what we need, is get people out and engaging again.
Whose last three numbers are 931? Check your tickets.
Right here, this guy right here.
626. Yay!
On Wednesday, the Peruvian flag raising ceremony took place outside of City Hall as part of their bicentennial celebration, and LCTV was on hand.
Somos libres, seamos, por siempre seamos lo siempre, y antes niegue sus luces, sus luces, sus luces el sol.
LCTV was present at the Lynn Public Library for the Curious Creatures event. This event is part of the Lynn Public Library's summer program with the Lynn Public Library Children's Department. Here's more from the event.
When you're the kind of animal who swims in the water, what's between your toes? You got webbed feet. My friend Lily has. So, we had a question. Is she asking how old she is? So we don't know how old she is because the only way to know that is to know when they've hatched from their eggs. A lot of our animals come to us when they're already bigger than a baby. So we think based on her size, she could be in her 20s, but she could be older than that. They can live to be in their 80s.
Touch the shell. Maybe she's gonna come to you.
Here we go. They have scales that are basically waterproof, just like an umbrella. When the rain falls on the umbrella, it rolls right off. The same thing happens with their scales. So everyone's asking, do they bite? So
Turn around. Touch her. Gentle.
On Tuesday, the Massachusetts State COVID-19 vaccine bus made a stop in front of Lynn City Hall, and LCTV was present. The Massachusetts COVID-19 vaccine bus stopped by Lynn City Hall Tuesday afternoon.
Massachusetts is sponsoring the vaccination buses. There's 2 of them, and they've been traveling around the state. May, June, July, and August will be the end of the program as it stands now. And we're just trying to give outreach to communities all across the state to make it as accessible and easy as possible for people to get vaccinated.
The COVID-19 bus is part of the state's initiative to ensure every resident has the opportunity to be fully vaccinated.
We're trying to make it easy and accessible so that everybody will get vaccinated in the state, or even visitors coming to the state.
Lynn is one of many cities that had a high demand for the COVID vaccine bus.
We've been doing it for quite some time. I started, months ago vaccinating out on Martha's Vineyard, and we did a couple of tours throughout the state. So this is the 2nd tour throughout the state.
For LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. Over the weekend, the Black Lives Matter mural installation took place outside of City Hall Square, and LCTV was on the scene.
I was working for middle school.
Hi, I'm Damiani, a co-founder of One Lynn, One Love.
Hi, I'm Carlos. I'm the other co-founder of One Lynn, One Love. And here we are. The day has come. We're painting the Black Lives Matter mural down here on Essex Street, on the corner of Washington and intersection with Johnson Street. And we have this amazing lineup of artists and even more amazing lineup of volunteers helping us out.
It was a long, year-long process since they had to do with a lot of legal stuff. It's like if we put Black Lives Matter down, other people can put whatever else they want down. And then we're just like, well, no. Well, we said no because it was just like, why would we give up on something that matters so much? So many other cities did it, so why us who are like very diverse, why can't we do it? As you can see, all our artists are also diverse. There's people from, they're all different colors actually. There's Lynn, Salem, Lawrence, so they come from different parts of the country too. And yeah, like why not paint it? And here we are.
And then we got approval by City Hall back in April, and then it was just planning from there on out, and now we're executing our mission. And it's so important to have the community out here, and that's what it means. That's what the mural means, community, right?
Yeah.
Now for the sports update. On Tuesday in Little League action, the series matchup between East and West Lynn added another chapter. East Lynn would take down West Lynn 8-0 to move on to the City Series Finals this weekend. East Lynn's Mark Walsh went 1 for 2 at bat with the home run and 3 RBIs. Walsh also was outstanding on the mound as he struck out 10 batters and allowed only 1 hit. West Lynn will take on Pine Hill today at 5:45 p.m. for a chance to punch their ticket in the title game. Pine Hill's 9-1 victory over Lynn Shore punched their ticket to Friday's matchup. Riley Driscoll was solid on the mound for Pine Hill as he went 5 1/3 innings, striking out 13 batters. Thursday's North Shore Navigators matchup with the Keene Swamp Bats was postponed due to inclement weather. At this time, no makeup date has been set. The Navigators are back in action today when they host the Upper Valley Nighthawks. First pitch is set for 6:35 p.m. Following the game, the Navigators will put on a firework display for their fans. And now for the pros. The Boston Red Sox fell to the Toronto Blue Jays 13-1 last night at Fenway. The bats were not connecting for Boston as they only managed 6 hits. Pitching for the Red Sox was not at its best as they allowed 4 runs in the first 2 innings and 9 runs total from the 4th inning to the 7th inning. Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s 3-run homer in the top of the 5th gave the Jays a commanding 9-0 lead. Red Sox pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez went 3 innings, allowing 6 hits. Boston is back in action tonight as they take on the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa. First pitch is set for 7:10 p.m. The Boston Celtics added a new addition to their team last night during the NBA draft. With the 45th pick, the Green Team selected Johan Bagarin from Guadeloupe. The 6'6" Bagarin is seen as an outstanding defender who needs to improve his ball handling and shot creation. He'll most likely spend time in the G League during his first season with the C's. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we spoke with Fiona Bautista, Natalia Petrova, Ethan Henshaw, and Christina Edoya. Here's this week's Lynn Lowdown. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. And today we have 4 special guests with us. We have Natalia. We have Fiona, Christiana, and we got the odd man out, Ethan. He got to stand because the ladies have to sit. But they're here, talk about some great stuff that they're working on, they're doing this summer. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
You know, it's not raining, so whenever the sun is out, I'm always in a good mood. All right, talk to me. You guys, talk to me what you guys got going on with the interning that you guys have been doing.
So we're called the Talking Trash for Oceans interns. We work closely with Lynn's Girls Inc. and Salem Sound Coast Watch. And we're just a group of teenagers that are committed to talking trash to spread awareness about marine debris and making sure that everyone is helping make a difference with our environment.
So, Natalia, what got you all involved with the organization? What got you interested?
I think we were like kind of joined the internship from different like cross and paths that we came across, the Salem Sound Coast Watch. Personally, I was doing an independent research project from my high school. We had like a course where you had to do one, and my teacher helped me set me up with Salem Sound Coast Watch because she knew some people, and it was amazing. We did an interview with one of the oceanography professors, Carl Lavender, and it's just kind of like an educational video that we were making. And then I started the internship with them here, and I've been working on the CoSmart restaurant project with Ethan, and it's been great. Yeah.
Let's talk about that project, Ethan. Talk to me a little about that project that you two are working on.
So yeah, it's the CoSmart Restaurants Project, and it's CoSmart's Restaurants Project, and our goal is to encourage and to aid local restaurants in Salem and Lynn mainly to become more environmentally sustainable. So that means recycling more, composting, being more water and energy efficient, using less plastic. So we've been reaching out to restaurant owners through email or coming up and talking to people and seeing what they already do, what we can learn from them, and what they might like to do. And so, you know, if a restaurant owner says they would want to compost, they want to recycle, they want to do whatnot, we provide them with the resources to make it as easy as possible to do that transition. Because, you know, for restaurant owners, they're busy. It takes a lot of effort to switch their practices. So yeah, our goal is just to make it as easy as possible. Yeah, how's that been, the reception from the restaurant owners that you guys have reached out? I don't know, how's that been working with them? You want to take that?
Sure. I guess the communication part has been a bit challenging. Yeah, some of the more green practices are a bit hard to sell since kind of like hard to find the balance between like what's economically more profitable for the business versus like what's like more good for the environment, just kind of like the right thing to do. So we've been trying to assist restaurants with that transition and just kind of like find that balance that is right for them. We walked around some of the like places in Salem that are next to our office, and we just like handed out flyers and talked to them personally about the whole project and just kind of like what they might want assistance with. We have a survey on the flyers that the restaurants can like fill out, and basically just kind of ask them if they're interested in like recycling, composting, water efficiency, energy efficiency, environmentally friendly cleaning supplies, switching to like more biodegradable plastics. And yeah, some of the practices are easier for businesses to like start up because they're like helping them as well, like water efficiency and energy efficiency, because they're able to like save money on them. So those are a bit easier to sell.
Definitely. Now, Christiana and Fiona, you two got something that you're working on too. So you got the cigarette right there.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that big old cigarette that you got over there.
So we actually built this ourselves. We glued them together and we spray painted them. We are planning on doing a trial run in Lynn, starting out with 3 cigarette butts bin to place around Lynn. And our goal is to reduce the amount of cigarette butts that are going into our ocean. And yeah, do you want to add?
And this is happening. You guys are planning this for Lynn and Salem, am I correct?
Yes. So the cigarette butt bin project actually began in Salem in 2014, way before we started working with Salem Sound Coast Watch as interns. And on the Salem end, we're personally working on reviving that project because we work closely with the community. And we try to get sponsors for the bins. We started in Salem with about 50 bins, I want to say. And we had a few sponsors which would be in charge of making sure that the bins are being used, making sure that they're clean and identifiable. But we were able to acknowledge the fact that our communication wasn't too great with the sponsors. So when we first started working on this project over the school year, we spoke to past sponsors, and they told us that knowing that they're able to help the environment is very much an incentive for them, but they need people to be able to check in with them to really keep them going and making sure that they're on top of their responsibilities, because a lot of these people are local business owners and they have their own stuff going on in their lives. So on the Salem end, we're really focusing on reviving that and making sure that people know that they're still out there, they can still be used. And on Lynn's side, they actually have a different bin. So like Christy said, we created these, but Salem has completely different bins.
Will the bin in Lynn look like that? Or bigger?
Yeah, they're about 29 inches long. Yeah, they'll pretty much look like this. We're planning on putting a sticker on it that says "Park here, bus here," and then it has a scan. It has a scan code that you can scan, and it will bring you directly to our website for more information.
Okay, that's such an important thing that all y'all are doing, because we gotta keep the environment clean. Because we see what's happening with nature at this point in time. I mean, can you talk about the importance of just having a clean environment? You guys talk about natural sources and green sources. Can you all just talk about the importance of keeping the earth clean?
Okay, sure. Obviously. Yeah, so I know for different parts of the project, we researched statistics and like how many cigarettes end up in the environment. And we do a lot of like beach cleanups, trying to like pick up the trash. From the video that I did with Cara Lavender, there's a lot of like information on how when plastics makes it into the ocean, a lot of like animals become trapped in it or like consume it, and it basically gets into the food cycle of like the marine life. The animals eat it, then the fish eats the bigger fish, and it just kind of ends up in our food cycle, as well as just like polluting the environment and harming the animals themselves. It also affects kind of like humans.
Definitely, and with the cigarette butts too, because there's a lot that get found in the ocean nowadays too, because people just dump them by the beach and they get found in the ocean, and that's also gonna cause a disaster, especially with the sea life and all of that.
Yeah, according to several sources that we've looked at, there are about 4.5 trillion cigarette butts that end up in our environment. And for several years, they've always been found at the top of the list for the most littered item in our waterways, in our streets, and everything like that. And a lot of it, too, we've discovered is caused by the lack of education and understanding about what cigarette butts are actually made of. And a lot of people think that it's as simple as paper, cotton, and tobacco. But really it's created by this man-made plastic material called cellulose acetate. And when it's not disposed of properly, it can take up to 10 years to fully degrade. And the toxin itself releases terrible chemicals into the environment that they're in that can last much longer than the lifetime of the cigarette. And so with our project, we're outside of just having the butt bins in place, we're really focusing on making sure that people understand that cigarettes actually genuinely do more than just have a physical little thing like laying on the street or in the water.
Okay, gotcha. Nick, Ethan, talk to me about what's happening with you guys for the rest of the time with your interning, with some of the stuff that you guys are also going to be working on, including the stuff you're already working on now. Is there anything else that you guys got going on, got cooking up?
So yeah, we're working on a composting project as well, which is a third project, more of a group project that we're planning on getting into in the future. Just organizing a video and some information for everyone to easily access about how to compost, why it's important to compost. And then of course we're going to continue with our projects, hoping to get in contact with more restaurants for the Coast Smart Restaurant Project. They're going to be getting more bins out there. So yeah, we have a lot going on.
A lot going on. Well, wish we could have more time with you guys, but time is running out. Lastly, please plug in the website, social media. If they want to get into any information and want to know more, please let them know, steer them in the right direction. Plug the website.
Yeah, so we have a website that is going to be airing on August 6th. It's Talking Trash for Clean Oceans at .org. And we also have some of the social media. Salem Sound Coast Watch, they have like a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I believe Facebook and Instagram are more updated than the Twitter, but yeah.
All right, hey, saving the environment. They are saving the environment out here. Some of them are going to college. Emmanuel College. School you going to?
DePaul.
Yeah. Yo, you're going all the way to Chicago. Make sure you pack a nice warm winter coat, because those winters in Chicago are different. You guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown. Have a great day. Now time for local events from the community calendar. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., Pine Hill Neighborhood Cleanup and Dumpster Day will be taking place at Gallagher Park. No mattresses, paint, or tires will be accepted for dumpster days. For more information, contact Diana Chakutis or Darren Sear. Also tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., North Shore Community College will be hosting a community block party at their Lynn campus. Free COVID-19 vaccines will be given to anyone interested in being vaccinated. This will be the first of 2 block parties hosted by North Shore Community College this summer. Lynn English football program will be hosting a youth football camp tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Manning Field. Middle school will take the field first at 10 a.m., followed by high school from 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. On Monday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., the Lynn Public Library will be hosting a summer reading challenge with Bruins mascot Blades and Massachusetts First Lady Lauren Baker. Attendees are encouraged to bring blankets and chairs for this outdoor event. Wednesday at the Lynn Museum, Prevent the Cycle will be hosting a candidate forum featuring candidates running for the school committee from 6 to 8 p.m. Lynn Public School students were heavily involved in the organizing of this forum and will present candidates with questions that are of concerns with students in the Lynn Public Schools. Next Friday, the 29th annual Shoe City Classic will be taking place at Marion Gardens. The Classic will go on from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with the championship games taking place on Sunday. Also, tomorrow, Summer Family Movie Night returns to Goldfish Pond. Movie starts at 8 p.m. Activities begin at 6:30 p.m. This event is free and open to the public. To find out more about community events, visit the LCTV website and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also, visit lyntv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.